Now, talking of shows, let's meet our special guest for the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's opera star Katherine Jenkins! Welcome back! It's a thrill. Now, diva. I thought divas are supposed to be difficult. You're so... I'm not saying this. You're so easy to get along with. It's fantastic. She is, of course, Britain's best-selling mezzo-soprano. 2.5 million records sold and counting. Her last album, Rejoice, outsold Girls Aloud, and Katherine has just signed a multi-million-pound record deal that will see her, well, hopefully doing similar business in the United States, because you're kind of moving out of classical into mainstream pop, aren't you? Well...
No, you know, these things always get exaggerated. I'm going over to make, I guess, a more classical crossover album with a producer called David Foster, who's worked with people like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Michael Bublé, but I'm still sticking to classical, and I'm not deserting the UK.
But there's a story that you're going to live in LA, and that would be...
you know, these things get totally blown out of proportion, but I'm going over for 3 months to make the album.
OK.
And then I'll be back and forth.
Now, your first ever performance, according to your mum, was the Worm song. Is this true? I think this is one of my favourites. I just wonder, is there any chance we could hear Britain's best-selling mezzo-soprano do a quick rendition of the Worm song?
OK, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Nobody likes me, everybody hates me, going down the garden to eat worms. Big ones, fat ones, small ones, thin ones. See how they wiggle and squirm. You just bite off the heads and suck up the juice and throw their skins away. Nobody knows how I survive on worms 5 times a day. I'm totally embarrassed now.
Now, Katherine's previous album shot to #1 in the classical charts. Her latest is this, Sacred Arias, and it's gone somewhere else. #5 in, I would say, the more influential and certainly bigger pop chart. So, thrilled?
Yes, I found that out yesterday. #1 in the classical chart, #5 in the pop chart. And I just, you know, for a classical album to be in the pop chart is just something I never thought would happen, so I'm thrilled.
And Hell's Bells, AC/DC there at the top.
Yeah, they're #1.
Catherine, is the Worm song on that? Because if it isn't, it's a big mistake.
On the next one.
It isn't, but I can tell you what is on it is this. This is Catherine's interpretation of Leonard Cohen's beautiful Hallelujah. Great stuff. Is it true that you've shattered a chandelier? Is that that is true?
Yes, I did that when I was 18.
Deliberately?
No, by accident.
With her voice, by the way, folks. I know what you're lot thinking. Smash it.
No, I was singing with my college choir and I hit the high note, and there was this huge bang, and I realised I'd shattered the chandelier, but it hasn't happened again.
OK, OK. You're looking worried in the booth, Amy, and quite right too. But it's perspex, you're fine.
And it was the Worm song, isn't it?
True also that sometimes you have to go without talking for 36 hours?
Yeah.
Is that right? To protect the voice?
Well, your voice is a muscle, you know, like an athlete, you've got to completely rest it. And when you talk, you're not resting it.
So what
in
do you do?
between shows...
Cards?
Yeah, I'll text it, or I'll mouth it, or I'll kind of try and, you know, give us a clue. That's what I usually have to resort to.
His husband's up and down the country thinking, I wish my wife was a singer.
And one other thing, it's just a story you just told us before we came on air. This fantastic sort of unusual jobs people did before they were famous. You've been in the London Eye. You're a tour guide in the London Eye.
I was a tour guide, yes. I spent one summer. They hired different, I guess, students from, you know, music colleges and drama colleges. So we went round in the capsules all day pointing out the landmarks. So, you know, if you do get to go, I can give you a little bit of a tour.
I think that's fantastic. And there is something else we should talk about, which is a Poppy Day as well, because I know you're something of a forces sweetheart.
Yes.
Not just for the beautiful face and the beautiful voice, but also you've been going out there as well, Afghanistan and Iraq. Is that how you've done
I've been to Iraq twice, Afghanistan, Kosovo, Northern Ireland. I'm a trustee of the British Forces Foundation, so it's something very important to me. And I did launch the Poppy Appeal 2 years ago, so...
Good for you,
good
for you. I think because of the situation abroad, I don't think it's ever been more resonant, has it, the Poppy Appeal this year. We're certainly supporting it here, and great to have you with us.
Thanks
really
for
is,
having me
Katherine.
on again.
Absolute treat. She's so nice. Let's tell you about today's show. It's going to kick off with Katherine taking us through the headlines.